So welcome, Allie. It's so great to talk with you. I've
Thank
got a
you.
few questions for you, and take your time in answering, and looking forward to learning so much more. So tell me a little bit about your background. What inspired you to pursue a career in science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM?
Yeah, so funny enough, I actually went to school for accounting, and my first two jobs were accounting jobs. And I think, having those jobs made me realize, wow, I really don't want to be an accountant. So I decided to make a career change. And at that time, I was commuting from Long Island to Manhattan every day. And my criteria for finding a job was it needs to be within 30 minutes from my house because commuter life is exhausting. And that's how
And
I ended up
expensive.
actually finding Softheon. Yeah, it's so expensive. But I've always loved science and math. And I think, just being a millennial and growing up in that age of expanding technology, it's always something that's been exciting. So yeah, I don't think I could ever have a job outside of tech now.
Yeah, you're in it for good now.
Mhm.
Awesome. And I see that you have your Six Sigma
Black belt.
black belt,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you have many other certifications as well. So tell me about what they are and maybe how you use them in your daily life.
Sure. Yeah. The Six Sigma Black Belt is all about process improvement. And I'm using those skills every day on operations. My role is really to make operations as efficient as possible. So that includes evaluating our processes, identifying any gaps or bottlenecks, and determining ways to automate them. So the skills I've gained through that certification have been the key to achieving those objectives.
Awesome. Great. And what's something you've learned from your operations role that you think like, oh wow, this applies to everyone?
Yeah, I think that you need to have the right balance between being agile and being strategic. When we encounter an issue or identify a trend through our daily operations, we collaborate with our product team partners to create that long-term solution. But we need to be agile enough to know that, the long-term fix takes time. So we have to find some short-term workaround to eliminate any disruption to our members.
Hmm.
And I think that latter part is easy. It's easy to just, put a workaround in place and live with it. And I think a lot of people fall into that trap. But you have
Mm,
to think long term. What's the strategy? How are we going to automate this to make it efficient?
awesome. I love it. And I know you work with dozens, probably more than that, of health plans. But what do you think, from your perspective and working with so many of them at Softheon, what do you think are some of the biggest challenges that these health plans are facing in 2025?
Yeah, I think the big things I observed as a challenge to health plans is data management and analytics.
Mm,
Healthcare data is so complex. So there's a lot of need for real time analytics to be able to observe some pieces of the operational puzzle. So the challenge that I've heard from some of the health plans is, integrating that data, storing it, and really interpreting it. So that's where Softheon, I think, has provided a lot of value to our clients.
love it. Yeah, the data one is a huge challenge. I don't know if anybody's conquered it yet, so I can see that being a big issue. And you've worked with many health plans who are operating in the ACA marketplace, and I'm curious, like from your perspective, what the number one thing that drives success for these plans when they're in the ACA?
Yeah, I think it's all about operational efficiency and cost savings. And health plans have to find that balance of efficiency with the cost saving measures. That's all done through streamlining processes, reducing waste,
Mm,
and adapting to technology to lead to those cost savings.
awesome. And we're hearing so much about AI everywhere we turn. We're using it too.
Mhm.
And I'm curious, like, how do you see AI and automation playing a role in the future for health plan operations?
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many members on health plans to be manually enrolling and billing and trying to reconcile. So using AI and automations, that's just going to make everything, more streamlined. Reducing, we see a lot of manual errors when we're going through reconciliation, getting rid of that and having that, reconciliation back with the exchange. That's a crucial part.
Awesome. And turning a little bit more towards Softheon, if you had to describe Softheon's impact in maybe one sentence, what would you say it would be?
Mhm. I've been thinking about this one because it's hard to narrow it down to one sentence, but I think I got it. And but Softheon provides an enhanced member experience that increases operational efficiency, making it scalable and flexible which ultimately leads to cost savings for the health plan.
Ooh, love it. Yeah, you worked hard on that one. I love it. That's very succinct. Perfect. And then when you think about working at Softheon, what really excites you about working here and supporting those who need to purchase healthcare insurance?
Yeah, one of the most fulfilling things for me is when I hear clients telling us about processes that would take them days to run or hours to work through manually, and we're able to provide them an automated solution to eliminate all of that manual work. So not only are we able to alleviate the effort of the health plan employees, but it ultimately provides a better experience for the members.
Excellent. And just turning back a little bit, talking about your experience and advice for women who are considering a career in STEM, what sort of words of wisdom or life experience or just general counsel would you give to someone who's considering or wants to aspire to a career in STEM?
So my advice would be to stay curious and keep
Mhm.
learning. Stay up to date with the trends, look into certifications, build your credentials, and no matter how much you've learned, to me, there's no point. There's no, you know, point in life where I feel like I've arrived and I know
Mhm.
everything. There's always more to learn and more to improve on.
Yes, I think that's true in every field, our field and everywhere throughout the world.